The Grand Sierra Resort in Reno, Nevada, buzzed with anticipation on October 24, 2025, as hundreds of guests, supporters, and pageant fans gathered for one of the most anticipated nights in the world of beauty and empowerment. The air was electric, filled with excitement and hope, as everyone waited to witness the crowning of a new Miss USA. The stage was set, the lights were dazzling, and the contestants stood poised, each one dreaming of the moment their life could change forever, as a new Miss USA was about to be crowned. AudreyEckert, a 22-year-old Nebraskan and passionate digital safety advocate, stood hand in hand with her fellow finalist, her heart pounding in her chest. The tension was palpable, as months of preparation and dedication came down to this single, life-changing moment. When her name was finally announced, the room erupted in cheers and applause. Audrey's win marked not just a personal triumph, but a fresh start for the Miss USA organization, signaling a new chapter filled with optimism and renewed purpose. The crown was placed on her head by reigning Miss Universe, Kjær Theilvig, in a moment that symbolized a decisive break from the past and a commitment to progress, integrity, and positive change. The standing ovation that followed wasn't just for Audrey, but for a renewed promise of transparency, empowerment, and a brighter future for the pageant and its community. Audrey's victory was more than a personal achievement. It was a chance to use her platform to champion important causes like online safety, advocate for young women, and inspire a new generation to dream big and make a difference. As she took her first walk as Miss USA, Audrey radiated confidence and hope, embodying the spirit of a new era, a leader, advocate, and role model ready to make her mark on the national stage. Her reign begins at a pivotal moment, with the organization striving to rebuild trust, redefine what the crown truly represents, and inspire countless others to believe in the power of transformation and positive change. To truly grasp the weight and significance of Audrey's crowning moment, we need to look back at the storm that swept through the Miss USA organization over the past year, a year that would change everything for the pageant and its legacy. The Miss USA pageant, once a symbol of glamour and aspiration, was rocked by a series of controversies that shook its very foundation and left the nation watching in disbelief. In 2024, the organization faced a barrage of allegations. Claims of a toxic work environment, bullying, and mistreatment surfaced, revealing cracks beneath the polished surface and shattering the pageant's carefully crafted image. The crisis reached its breaking point when both Miss USA Noelia Voigt and Miss Teen USA Uma Sofia Srivastava made the difficult decision to resign within days of each other, an unprecedented event in the pageant's 72-year history that sent shockwaves through the industry. Their sudden departures raised urgent questions about the well-being of contestants, the pressures they faced behind the scenes, and forced the organization into the harsh glare of the public spotlight. Under the leadership of President Layla Rose and VVV Global, the pageant was thrust into a period of intense scrutiny, as whispers of dysfunction and mistreatment grew into a public outcry, demanding answers and accountability. The controversy wasn't just a public relations disaster. It was an existential threat, exposing a deep disconnect between the pageant's glamorous image and the reality experienced by those within its ranks. The resignations were not isolated incidents, but symptoms of deeper, systemic issues that demanded fundamental change and a complete re-evaluation of the organization's values and practices. As the pageant prepared for its next chapter in Reno 2025, the journey became about much more than simply crowning a new winner. It was about healing wounds, rebuilding trust, and proving the organization's renewed commitment to contestant safety and well-being. Only by honestly confronting its troubled past and learning from its mistakes could Miss USA hope to create a future worthy of its storied legacy. Noelia Voigt's resignation as Miss USA 2023 sent shockwaves through the pageant world. Her public statement prioritized mental health, but a hidden acrostic, "I am silenced," hinted at a darker reality. News outlets soon revealed her resignation letter, detailing bullying, harassment, and even sexual harassment during her reign. Noelia described a culture of fear where her concerns were ignored, exposing the organization's failure to protect its title holders. Her courage to speak out, even in code, validated the concerns of many, and forced the Miss Universe organization to act. Legal battles erupted, with JKN Global Group suing VVV Global, citing Noelia's claims. The scandal deepened with further allegations, including unpaid salaries for the 2024 winner. Noelia's actions, alongside Uma Sophia's, became a rallying cry for reform, proving the crown should never come at the cost of dignity or safety. Their bravery set the stage for sweeping changes. The organization needed more than a facelift, it needed a revolution. In September 2025, Tom Brodeur took over as president and CEO, acquiring Miss USA and Miss Teen USA in a 10-year deal. This leadership change, confirmed by the Miss Universe organization, signaled a new era of accountability. Brodeur's first move reform contestant contracts and eliminate restrictive NDAs, empowering women to speak openly about their experiences. The transition wasn't without drama. Former President Layla Rose disputed the transfer, but the Miss Universe organization stood firm. Brodeur's focus shifted from damage control to proactive reform, prioritizing contestant welfare and transparency. He aimed to rebuild trust with contestants, sponsors, and the public, restoring the integrity of the Miss USA brand. The organization's future would now be judged on its commitment to these principles. The stage was set for a pageant defined by substance, not scandal. With new leadership at the helm and bold promises of reform, all eyes turned to Reno for the highly anticipated 2025 Miss USA competition. The city buzzed with excitement as contestants, fans, and media descended upon the iconic Reno Event Center, eager to witness a new chapter in the pageant's storied history. The event, streamed live on the Queen Beauty Network, was more than just a contest. It was a pivotal test of the organization's new direction and values. Viewers across the country tuned in, curious to see if the changes would truly set a new standard for the competition. 51 contestants arrived to a production that broke decisively from the troubled past, most notably by having the reigning Miss Universe, rather than the 2024 Miss USA winner, crown the new Miss USA. This change was both bold and symbolic, signaling a commitment to transparency and global unity. This powerful gesture aligned the Miss USA brand with its international parent and signaled a fresh start, one that embraced both tradition and progress. The rebranding visuals and new protocols underscored a desire to move forward with integrity. Hosts Emmanuel Acho and Olivia Jordan brought professionalism, warmth, and a sense of celebration to the stage, while a diverse judging panel made it clear that substance, intelligence, and character were valued just as much as style and poise. Behind the scenes, optimism replaced anxiety. Contestants found support in one another, and the atmosphere was filled with laughter, encouragement, and a renewed focus on camaraderie and personal growth. The emphasis was on celebrating each contestant's unique story, background, and journey, highlighting the diversity and resilience that define the modern Miss USA. The road to Reno was uncertain, filled with anticipation and hope, but the event ultimately became a beacon of possibility and inspiration for women everywhere. The pageant proved that, even after turmoil and change, the spirit of empowering women could not only endure, but emerge stronger than ever, ushering in a new era for Miss USA. The 2025 Miss USA pageant was about more than beauty. It was a night of powerful storytelling and healing. Noelia Voigt, whose resignation sparked reform, returned as a co-host, symbolizing both resilience and the organization's commitment to change. Her presence sent a clear message. The new leadership was learning from the past, not erasing it. The competition showcased 51 remarkable women, each with a unique platform, from social justice to science. The Q&A segment took on new weight, as judges sought a winner with vision and substance. Contestants spoke passionately about issues like mental health and environmental policy. The focus on substance over superficiality defined the night, transforming the pageant into a forum for future leaders. The most memorable moments were those of vulnerability, strength, and sisterhood. It was a celebration of the whole woman, her mind, heart, and story. One of the most powerful moments came from Miss Nevada USA, Mary Sickler. During preliminaries, Mary removed her wig on stage, revealing her bald head due to alopecia. The audience erupted, recognizing her courage and her message of self-acceptance. Diagnosed in December 2024, Mary used her platform to challenge beauty standards and stand in solidarity with others facing similar struggles. Her gesture declared that vulnerability is strength, and true beauty is authenticity. The moment resonated far beyond pageantry, symbolizing the new era Miss USA strives for. Mary's act inspired countless viewers, proving impact doesn't require a crown. Her bravery will be remembered as a defining moment of the 2025 pageant. As AudreyEckert and Ivy Harrington stood center stage, the tension was electric. When Audrey's name was called, her tears of joy marked not just a personal victory, but a new beginning for Miss USA. The crowning by Miss Universe Victoria Kjær Theilvig was a deliberate symbol of a clean slate and global excellence. The crown now represented a promise kept, a pageant that values, protects, and empowers its women. Audrey, a digital safety advocate, now had a national platform to make real change. Her win was a victory for every contestant who believes in pageantry as a force for good. As she took her first walk, it felt like a step toward a brighter future for the entire Miss USA family. The finale was a celebration of resilience, optimism, and transformation. AudreyEckert's crowning marks the dawn of a transformative era for American pageantry. After crisis and reform, Miss USA is redefining itself, prioritizing transparency, contestant well-being, and substance over superficiality. The organization's evolution challenges outdated perceptions, celebrating ambition, intelligence, and leadership. Changes like removing NDAs reflect a broader societal movement for accountability and respect for women. Audrey's reign begins with hope, but the real test is sustaining these reforms. If successful, Miss USA can become a model for how tradition can meet the modern moment. The crown now stands for strength, integrity, and positive change.